Hi teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. Oh, it's been a little while and it might be a few days yet. You guys, if you're new to the channel, I'm a teacher. I'm getting very close to the end of the term, and if you know anybody who works in education at all, 3 weeks before the end of the term, it's all a bit of a rush. I've got 200 report card comments to write this weekend. So I'm trying to just push a video out now because I don't want to leave you for another week. I was traveling in Dubai last weekend, which is why you didn't see a video from me, because weekends are when I usually have time to do this. But if I don't get this out now, you won't get one for another week, and that's just, it's a long time and I'm trying my best. It doesn't seem like I've missed much from Chantal since I was gone in the last week or so. We had a little bit of talk about what she thinks Muslim women look like when the clothes are too tight, which I found a bit amusing. I do have this flashback. She's obviously deleted a ton of stuff from her channel now, but she had a point at which she was filming in her car between visits to Kuwait during that period, and she got out of the car and it just caught her outfit, and she was wearing like a top and these quite tight-fitting leggings, because they were leggings, obviously they show everything, and she just had the hijab over, and I couldn't help but flash back to that image when she said it, and I was like, oh, inappropriate clothing like that? But anyway, Foodie wouldn't be Foodie if she weren't making a bit of a fool of herself. And I'm fairly sure it's all been deleted now, so if it's not on the internet now, it never happened. That's how the internet works, right? So we're going to do a very quick recap today with eating delicious desserts at a cafe in Kuwait City, because it was the most palatable of the mukbangs she's done recently. She's been doing more cooking ones at home, but her palate is not exactly something I enjoy. And at least the food in this looked delicious. And I did look up the bakery for this because I was like, most things come to the Middle East, and then once you're in the Middle East, you can usually access the rest of the GCC fairly easily, and restaurants and things are really popular things to import because a lot of the stuff that you would do for entertainment isn't really allowed in some of the GCC countries, but food is for the most part. Obviously, you know, pork notwithstanding, although you can get it in some places here. But it turns out the bakery she went to is actually a San Francisco bakery, or was a San Francisco bakery, called Mr. Home's Bakehouse, which, because when she showed the pictures of it, man, it looked good, and I'll show you. And I'm sitting here like, could I realistically make a croffin? If I got a recipe and I put the work in this summer when I've got nothing but time, could I realistically make a croffin? I'm thinking, hoping yes. But just in case I can't, I was looking to see if it came into Oman or not, and it hasn't. It appears to be quite a new thing to Kuwait, but maybe in the future. But it turns out that this Mr. Home's Bakehouse went bankrupt or something during the pandemic, I think. I saw a posting on it on, there's a site called 428am, which I just like the name of it. But it was just telling about the history a little bit. So a Middle Eastern business person bought it. They had a relationship with them, bought it out, changed the name, and brought it to Kuwait. So we'll see if it spreads. The article on it was from like February though, so it's a fairly recent thing. But anyway, I'm gonna cut out a lot of this because a lot of it's like, oh, driving. I mean, she edited it and she didn't do a bad job editing it, which tells me it's probably a little bit old. And it being a little bit old is one of the things we're gonna talk about after the react, okay? But for now, let's get into the video.
Hello, Foodie Beauties. Hi guys.
Hello guys.
So, Salah is taking me to a cafe in the heart of Kuwait City. It's a bakery, so let's go check it out. Yalla.
Let's go.
One, I'm really sick of her saying yalla, but two, how is he, like, let's go? He's got enough English for that. How is he so wooden all the time? I know he rehearses, and I know we throw this accusation at him a lot, but come on, just speak like a natural person. The volume with this, I've been putting her on a bit too loud recently, so I'm hoping this is a bit closer to my volume, so there's not a big difference. Apologies if it's off, we'll see when I do the editing. There's a good chance at this point I've cut out all the driving footage for the sake of this video, but just to know, better shots than usual, some nice bits of the skyscrapers, not the worst thing in the world. It was obviously a time filler though, and she had another one of those ads at the end. I've skipped through this at speed, so I might have missed a thing here or there, but I'm not hopeful for there being a lot in this video. It does look like a cute little place. They present things really nicely here. They've obviously got a theme there. These look delicious. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you chose well. We've got butter, garlic, spinach feta, portobello parmesan Danish, jalapeno cheese, and then onto the sweets. Like, you can't argue that doesn't look delicious. These things right here. Chocolate croffin, salted caramel croffin, and then they've got other delicious looking things. I want to make this. Having never made even a croissant dough, I want to make this. I know it's probably the same dough, but it looks amazing, dude. I'm gonna have to see if there's a place. Like, it's gonna be a lot of trouble to make the dough, but oh, it looked good.
Okay guys, so I'm gonna show you what we got at this cafe here. We're gonna share some things. So first up, I have, now it might be loud because there's like fans blowing outside here. I'll show you the area. Each table area has a couple fans.
Now, she is in the shade because she's got that, and there are obviously fans going. But I don't know how she's doing that in the heat, to be quite frank. Like, I am not designed for heat. Like, hi Middle East, I'm not designed for you. I've got very much my Scots heritage coming to the front when it comes to any sun. But even with the fan, I am surprised they are sitting outside. Because I do my break duty, and I don't get as bad as we've seen Foodie get in the heat, but it's difficult. Now, it could just be the air is of a different quality there, because when that was a weird way to put that, sorry, in Saudi Arabia, I didn't feel any humidity, anything. And I got into Oman, and it was the first thing that just punched me straight in the face. And that was like, the humidity was so thick, and it's gonna get worse, I've been told. I've been reassured by all the kids. They were like, haha, it's coming. But right now, the thing that gets me with the heat is we've been getting up to like 42, 43 the last week or so. But it's the air. I can be standing in the shade without direct sunlight, and the air is kind of burning a little in an odd way. Like, the heat is in the atmosphere, not just the sun, in a way that I really haven't experienced before, even within other parts of the Middle East. So I don't know if it's the case for Kuwait, but I feel like even with the fan, you just be blowing hot air on your face. So I hope for her sake it's not as bad, because that's going to be hard to deal with.
Because it's so hot out, which is a pretty cool feature, I find. So drink, I got a dragon fruit lemonade. Let's try it.
I hate to use her words, but that looks like it would be really refreshing. However, I find lemon and dragon fruit, I got a little bit caught up there. I find dragon fruit is the kind of flavor that gets lost easily. So if something isn't going to be dragon fruit flavored in and of itself, you're probably just going to overwhelm it with something as strong as lemon or citrus. Could be wrong, but whatever.
Oh my gosh.
How many times can she get some kind of lemon themed drink and be like, ooh? I'm like, yeah, it probably tastes exactly like the last one you had.
Very good lemon flavor. Don't taste much of the dragon fruit, but it's delicious.
Oh. That would be one of the parts I skipped past, sorry. She was there with me.
Very nice color, attractive color. Extra ice, of course.
So refreshing.
Whoa.
In my head, I'm just going, in Soviet Russia, dragon fruit drink you. I sound like the Count from the Muppets.
Alright, so we got...
That is enormous. That was the mascarpone cheese one. And like, it's gonna be delicious. It's like her favorite word, it's creamy. Because mascarpone cheese is basically cream under most circumstances. But it's gonna be hot out there. So even when she opens it up, you see that like it's already getting more liquid. So I feel like that would be a lot to put in your face, you know? Like, It's going to be overwhelmingly fatty, I think.
A mascarpone croissant.
I just said mascarpone. Which one do you do? Could just be me, the Brit. It's probably mascarpone.
Yeah, I want to break it open to show everybody what's inside. Mascarpone cheese.
Oh, this bit I did say. Hang on, it made me laugh.
Nice.
One, you are in public, madam. Wipe your face. Two, she's now bitten into that.
Looks yummy, eh?
Hang on.
You have to try.
Sure, baby. Bismillah.
I love, okay, I was like, oh, but I love that she broke off that small piece and was like, delicious, you try this bit is mine. All the creamy, cheesy stuff is mine. I don't often say this, in her defense, there is no, with like the massive croissants like that, unless you've got a plate and you just kind of shred pieces off, you are not going to bite into one of those and not make a mess. There is no way. Like, you got to eat it with a bit more thought.
Good?
So good for the breakfast.
Delicious, eh?
Yeah.
This is huge.
It is huge. Probably because they charge a lot of money. I can't imagine a bakery that looks like this is not charging over the odds.
The other one?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this on for now.
Okay.
Oh, she doesn't seem to have like a napkin or anything.
Whoa, we have a chocolate cookies here. Look from inside.
That looks fine, but I'm kind of like, whatever. A piece and nothing more.
It's homemade.
Foodie. Lip foodie. Oh, it's been a while since we've done this in a mukbang. The lip foodie. You got a little thing. I think it's homemade. It's a bakery.
Looks creamy, by the way, very nice.
That's what I told them.
We got one more thing to try.
Last but
Get
not
a
least,
napkin.
Oh my god. Look at the size of them.
These look amazing. I think that's the salty caramel one, she said, but the chocolate one looked so good.
it's like mushroom.
It's a croissant muffin with salted caramel inside.
Uh-huh, nice.
Okay?
There's no good way to eat that, I'm sorry.
It's so messy.
That's like get a knife at home.
I love it from the view only.
Just looking at it,
Yeah.
it's so good. Alright, let me try a bite and then I'll give you a big bite.
Oh, I thought that caramel was going to go straight down it. Foodie offered me a half-chewed roll. I'm sorry. Salah is a better person than me, or a worse one. Not sure which side of that I fall on. If he can handle taking it and giving it a bite. You work for whatever benefit you're getting from this, Salah. Like, I know where those fingers have been. I know where that mouth has been. I don't want to be near either of them.
Yummy, lovely custard.
It's so delicious.
Oh, is the caramel kind of folded into that fillet? Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, that seems like it would be less overwhelming.
It's salted caramel flavored custard, exactly. Not too sweet.
Even the bag is pink. What does that... Is he throwing shade at the colour of Foodie's face right now?
They really fill it a lot. So those desserts were super impressive and
Wait a minute. Thinking what you know of Foodie's filters, you see how you can see the flush on her cheeks and on her chin? Like, and it's quite a light flush now because of the filters. Imagine how mottled her face must look in real life.
delicious and amazing.
Like,
I've
she's
never seen
struggling.
such a huge croissant filled to the brim with cheese. Mascarpone cheese is underrated.
Oh, now she said mascarpone. Now I don't know which one's right. Tell me below.
In my opinion. So good. Is that what they use in like traditional cheesecake? I'm not sure. Anyway, sorry about the fan noise. I just wanted to share this nice posh cafe with you.
You can see through her glasses the sweat marks there. Oh, bless. They should not have sat outside. And no shade to them for that. Like, I would not sit outside in a restaurant at this time of year. I'm shocked she did. I'm guessing just because it was easier to film that way.
This lemonade is legit. Pink is my favorite color.
Oh. Is that why she put even the bag is pink? Did she have this cut into the wrong place?
So we're gonna take the rest of these goodies home.
Even the bag is pink.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just said even the bag is pink, so probably that was a subtitle, and then when she edited, the subtitle went into the wrong place. I think that's what's happening.
We're gonna take everything home and eat it later because it's just so big and messy to eat in public, and we have other places to go. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna end the video here. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Masalama.
Bye!
Hey guys.
Hey guys, just cutting that off there because I'm not about to give you the whole ad, which was only there because the video ended up being 8 minutes and I think 6 seconds long, even with her car journey, so she needed to fill the space. Like I said, it's the most palatable of her mukbangs, even though Salah was in it, he wasn't in it a lot, and because she was in public and with him, like, she was forced to act more appropriately. They said they had some other places to be. I believe currently she's doing a visa run. I know her visa runs out the end of this month. I think they're currently just quietly going over a border. We've had a couple of pre-recorded videos. It does take her a day or two to edit, and she was talking about editing before. I think they filmed these, she edited them, took a few days, scheduled them, can't remember the word, sorry, scheduled them, and the reason things have been so quiet otherwise is because they're currently taking a trip for her to get another tourist visa. That is my belief and I'm sticking to it. There was actually, I got tagged in Twitter on this, so apologies, I don't actually have the link to the other video, so I can't put it down below, sorry. Someone tagged me and there was a lady who apparently is an attorney, and she did some research into the religious aspect of whether Foodie could be considered married. And I think a sticky point we're getting to is when we say legally married, you have two elements to that. You have religiously recognized and you have legally upholding, because the religion and the civil law is so intertwined when it comes to the Middle East. It can sometimes be a little difficult to separate what we're saying. I think it's a really interesting bit of information. Apparently there is a way, now that she's Muslim, if I understood correctly, there is a way that she could have gone through a system within the court on her tourist visa to have her marriage recognized. Now, I will say, usually I do not go on other people's videos because I would prefer to research this. However, the lady in question says that she's an attorney. She seems to have a good understanding. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I'm not saying she's right. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm saying I haven't had a chance to research because I was traveling last weekend and it's 3 weeks to the end of term. So I haven't been able to look into this. Also, while I'm very comfortable and confident speaking about immigration and how immigration works, I am less confident speaking about how religion works. And I don't have a personal religion. I'm not comfortable telling you the rules of someone else's. Yeah? If I have experience with certain things, I can speak on them. I don't have experience with that. Here's kind of where I'm falling on everything. I wholeheartedly stand by what I said in terms of her not being able to be married in a way that would be recognized by immigration the first time she was there. She claimed to be married before she took her Shahada, like a day or so after she got there. I do not believe it. It's possible they had a temporary marriage to avoid legal problems of them being together physically, and you know, where she was staying and things like that. But as we've discussed many times, she's moved on from places very quickly, and there is something inherently suspect about the way they've been moving around. I can't remember off the top of my head the timeline of her taking her Shahada. Did she take it at the end of the first visit or near the beginning of the second? I don't remember. And here's the thing, like, she's been claiming to be married since the beginning. So I'm just like, no, that can't be possible. It would make sense if she's found a way for it to be recognized, religiously speaking, how they're able to be in the same place, even if you take into account the fact they've been moving around very quickly and it's been kind of dodgy. But I don't think the religious standing necessarily gives her the legal standing she needs. Now, it might be that the religious standing gives her a path to the legal standing that she didn't yet have. However, there are still some things in the way here. Number one, and again, I need to research this and check the dates. Apologies for coming to this a bit unprepared. I just don't have time. I don't believe they're issuing family visas right now. And she had confirmed once before that she wasn't on a family visa. And then she said, no, Salah can sponsor me. But she wasn't on a family visa, and a dependence visa or family visa is how she'd be sponsored. I'm using those terms interchangeably. I did talk before about how family visas are basically a tourist visa with invitation. I think she means dependent, but I don't think they're issuing them right now. I've been told they're not, but I haven't looked at it myself, and I believe in the importance of doing your own primary research. So if she did her Shahada at the beginning of the second visit, which is what I've got in my head. Am I wrong about this? I feel like it was the second visit. Then she wouldn't have been Muslim when she arrived. And the problem with that is you are required to apply for a residency card within a month of being there. Now, obviously, I'm saying this from the perspective of a Westerner immigrating in, which is what Foodie was when she got there. So I'm not sure how this would work in terms of if her marriage is recognised and she can go on a tourist visa to the place, the timing of her entering the country, does it then apply or does it not? Because I was under the impression, because that's how it works usually, you have to apply for your residency visa within a month of entering the country, and then you receive the card after about 10 days. Also, she's been massively evasive about this, and I'm sorry, it just strikes me as dishonest. Something is going on. Because if it were a case of, well, no, because I'm now Muslim, we can have our marriage recognised and I can get off the tourist visa and on to something else, why would you not say that? That's not a loophole, that is a genuine way through. But I can't imagine, the thing with religion, most of it is basically an honour system. You go, no, I believe that, I follow that. Now, I'm sure we've all got a lot of opinions over how well Foodie seems to be embodying the Islamic faith, yeah? And I'm not of Islam myself. I don't have the opportunity to say, no, you're doing it wrong, because I'm not doing it at all. But there are things we would perhaps expect, given some of the teachings that we're maybe not seeing in Foodie, right? And I say that from observations of people I've had around me who have been Muslim. So has Foodie got a way to potentially legalise in the sense of I can register my marriage elsewhere civilly, I can use it in an immigration process? I still don't think she's done it yet. I don't know if she maybe has a path to do it now. We'll have to see. But even if they got all of that sorted, I don't believe she's got her residency permit yet. There would be no reason to hide it. And again, she's been evasive. What she said hasn't matched up with what she's doing. And now, right on time for the needing to renew the tourist visa, she's suddenly gone very quiet and put out a couple of pre-recorded videos. Does that necessarily mean that she's currently hopping a border to go get a new tourist visa? No. Might just mean she had pre-recorded videos and doesn't want to go live. Doesn't really fit with her past behaviour, but it might mean that. We don't usually see her this quiet. And generally, when we've had cause to question her behaviour before, it has come up that she's been hiding something. So you'll forgive me if I'm not entirely convinced. Even if she's somehow gotten to a different point in this particular path, I don't think she's gone through any of the processes yet in terms of immigration to give her the status that she's been claiming to have for quite some time. So I think she's taking this time to very quietly go and get some things sorted, and then later she'll come up being like, no, fine, I'll show you guys, after they've sorted out whatever it is they're sorting out, and then we'll get her being more forthcoming with all this information. But I think right now, the fact that she's hiding it all, because she is not a private person. She keeps saying, okay, no, I have to be more private because of these reasons. She's not a private person. Come on now. I think we're not seeing anything because nothing fits what she's presented to us, which is why I'm inherently suspicious of anything moving forward. Now, we'll see what happens there. Because I'm not as confident speaking on the religious aspect of things, I don't know how big a disconnect there is between the two sides of legal and what it could mean for Foodie moving forward. I will look into it when I've got more of a chance to, and I'll listen with interest at I think the lady said that she was going to have an upcoming video. I'm so sorry I don't have her information on to hand. If I can find it, I'll maybe put it onto Twitter later. I will do my best to keep you updated and somewhat regular in my videos. As soon as I get through the next 3 weeks, I've got the whole summer stretching before me, so I should have a lot more time to get into these more regularly. So apologies again, thank you for extending me that patience, and I will see you next time.